trees are racist. Over a 7-month period, the Media Research Center discovered the PBS NewsHour gave over 90% of the airtime to the left on gender ideology stories, 90%. As mentioned earlier, PBS was the outlet that featured the child predator drag queen on the education show for kids ages 3 to 8 years old. And to clarify the record, because our witness, Ms. Kerger, lied under oath and said it wasn't featured on PBS, this show was aired on PBS on April 1st, 2021, and we will take a look at this video right now. We're using a TV today because our audio system is having problems. Let's go ahead and watch this video.
Just absolutely horrifying, disgusting, evil. There's a mushroom tip underneath that dress.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our citizens. We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's fun to get real. It's fun to get spicy. We just keep winning. I told you, them Patriots keep throwing them jabs, and we just keep winning. People got caught red-handed, lying under oath, you know. And this is an absolute disgrace, man. I couldn't wait to get into this hearing and cover all this breaking news, man. I couldn't wait to get into it, man, because it's an absolute disgrace. But what's going on, family? I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life. God bless them, beautiful patriots. If you're new here, join the family. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button for your boy. We don't give a damn what your skin color is, what you look like, where you're from. If you got a lazy eye, if you got no teeth, if you got 2 teeth left, if you got this side of your hair shaved, and then you got a ponytail on this, and if you got a flat top, or maybe you got a buzz cut, or maybe your edge up, your hairline is receding, or it's a little crooked. Don't care. I got love for you. What's going on, family? You know, but boy, this is a disgrace, man. PBS, oh man, should never get a penny of taxpayer money. Yes, defund PBS, defund them. No taxpayer funding. Absolutely inappropriate for children. I don't want my tax dollars supporting NPR or PBS, man. The people are pissed off. And this is what Trump had to say. NPR and PBS, 2 horrible and completely biased platforms, networks, should be defunded by Congress immediately. Republicans, don't miss this opportunity to get rid of our country of this giant scam. Both being arms of the radical left Democratic Party. Just say no and make America great again. Oh, buddy. But yeah, we could not wait to get into this, you guys. But this is the type of programming your tax dollars are funding on PBS. They are targeting children's ages from 3 to 8 with this propaganda. It is horrifying. Oh man, check this out. This is the video she played in the hearing, when she exposed and caught this lady a red-handed, lying under oath, and used this to back up her claim. Check this out.
So get your singing voices ready. And we're going to start with our hips. The hips on the drag queen go swish, swish, swish. Swish, swish, swish. The shoulders on the drag queen go shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. The mouth on the drag queen goes blah, blah, blah. All through the town.
I almost threw the damn up. I almost threw the damn up. Whew, you just can't make that up, man. You just can't make that up. Oh, you just can't make that up.
Tomorrow, the subcommittee on DOGE is going to review funding for NPR and PBS. Now, every Republican president has always promised to take away this money that's going to these two public news outlets. If they're successful, I know Senator Kennedy has backed it, Marjorie Taylor Greene in Congress has backed it, would you be interested in defunding and taking away taxpayer dollars to NPR and PBS?
Well, I would love to do that. I think it's very unfair. It's been very biased with the whole group. I mean, a whole group of them. And frankly, there's plenty of, look at all the media you have right now. There's plenty of coverage. I was from a different age, and they spend more money than any other network of its type ever conceived. So the kind of money that's being wasted, and it's a very biased view, you know that better than anybody. And I'd be honored to see it end. We're well covered. Look at all the people that we have here today. We're well covered, and we don't need it, and it's a waste of money. Especially, I don't even know what Doge's recommendation is. I assume their recommendation is to close them up.
Well, after they hear all the testimony, I think they're going to make a decision relatively sooner than later.
Yeah.
But we'll see what that turns out.
I can't imagine that they wouldn't, because they have found so much waste, fraud, and abuse. Right?
Yeah. Let's go to this hearing, y'all. We have to go to this hearing. Marjorie Taylor Greene, man, setting it off. You know, we got the PBS CEO caught red-handed, lying under oath. Plays the video to back up the claim. Here it is, man. You just can't make this up, man. And we just keep winning. Catching people red-handed, exposing the corruption. You know, every single time, man. It never fails. These frauds, fakes, criminals, people that ought to be walked out with their hands behind their back, man. Let's check it out, family. And again, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Join the family. We are rocking and rolling, y'all.
The United States is $36 trillion in debt. In fiscal year 2024, the government spent over $1.8 trillion more than it took in. And in fiscal year 2025, the interest on our debt is expected to exceed $1 trillion. As we continue investigating waste, fraud, and abuse, and we can look no further than the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the LGBTQ indoctrination of our children, the systematic racism narrative, and the support for censorship being pushed by the heads of NPR and PBS are just several of the many abuses of taxpayer dollars. And if you are one of the select few who might support such content, you can personally support and fund it with your own money through private donations, because the reality is the United States of America is broke and can't afford it. And after all, PBS and NPR are already fundraising off of this committee hearing. The American people are closely following along today in this long-awaited hearing to hear the case for why Americans' hard-earned tax dollars should continue for public broadcasting. I think from what we have heard here today, the American people will not continue to allow such propaganda to be funded through the federal government with their hard-earned tax dollars. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting that we give over $500 million to no longer serves the public. It serves a narrow audience of wealthy, liberal elites who are out of touch with everyday Americans. Not only have the times changed and the American people who once needed these outlets can now access the news anywhere at any time, but the content that is being put out through these state-sponsored outlets is so radical, it is brainwashing the American people and, more significantly, American children with un-American, anti-family, pro-crime fake news. The American people do not support their taxpayer dollars going to NPR articles like, "How is sex determined? Scientists say it's complicated," which discusses how biological sex is not limited to male or female. Or another article about how stories on crime are rife with misinformation and racism. Or about how birds and trees are racist. Over a 7-month period, the Media Research Center discovered the PBS NewsHour gave over 90% of the airtime to the left on gender ideology stories, 90%. As mentioned earlier, PBS was the outlet that featured the child predator drag queen on the education show for kids ages 3 to 8 years old. And to clarify the record, because our witness, Ms. Kerger, lied under oath and said it wasn't featured on PBS, this show was aired on PBS on April 1st, 2021, and we will take a look at this video right now. We're using a TV today because our audio system is having problems. Let's go ahead and watch this video.
So, get your singing voices ready. And we're going to start with our hips. The hips on the drag can go swish, swish, swish. Swish, swish, swish.
Disgrace.
The shoulders on the drag can go shimmy, shimmy,
I'm
shimmy.
finna throw the damn up.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
I'm finna throw the damn up.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. The mouth on the dragon goes blah, blah, blah. All through the town. So, get your singing voices.
The hips go swish, swish, swish. The shoulders go shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
That's repulsive.
I almost threw up.
That's not
Almost
what
threw
children
down.
ages 3 to 8 should ever be watching. A grown biological man posing as a woman.
Got that big fella up there in
By
that
the
dress.
way, Ms. Kerger, that was aired on April 1st, 2021. And then
Sir, you have a mushroom tip.
something happened. It wasn't an accident. And it wasn't just for a brief time that it was up. It was aired April 1st, and then somehow it expired May 24th. Later on, it was taken down. I wonder why. Wonder why that was taken down. Another egregious example includes back in 2010, PBS's Travis Smiley stated that Christians blow up people every single day. Haven't seen that ever happen in my life. And today, if you look on NPR's website, there is still zero mention of any negative coverage of any Democrat today. And trust us, there are more than plenty of examples to pull from. How about a member from this committee making fun of the governor of Texas for having a disability and living his life in a wheelchair, Ms. Marr? From headlines to podcasts to documentaries to children's programming, NPR and PBS have all but abandoned their promise to deliver unbiased, nonpartisan, and fact-based reporting. The American people have woken up to this nonsense and blatant disregard for truth, and truth matters. And they will not put up with it any longer. Contrary to the beliefs of the head of NPR, Ms. Marr, truth is not subjective. It's actually very important. And there are not multiple truths. There's just one. For a civilization to exist, objective truth must exist. It must be embraced. It must be protected. It is not a distraction. And despite many attempts to whitewash it, truth will prevail. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting is using taxpayer dollars to actively suppress the truth, suppress diverse viewpoints, and produce some of the most outlandish, ludicrous content. After listening to what we've heard today, we will be calling for the complete and total defund and dismantling of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Here's how it works in America every single day, private businesses operate on their own without government funding. We believe that you all can hate us on your own dime. With that and without objection, all members have 5 legislative days within which to submit materials and additional written questions for witnesses, which will be forwarded to the witnesses. If there is no further business without objection, the subcommittee stands adjourned.
I'm talking about, man, the disgrace. Got that big fella up there with that mushroom tip. That big old mushroom tip underneath that dress. A disgrace, man. You know. What do y'all think of this, though, man? Comment down below. Defund them now. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Not a dime, not a penny. Love y'all. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, man.